Hi there, my name is Dr. Jasmine Frias. I am the Director of Student Support Services, and I'd like to welcome you to a classified staff version of the Caring Classroom. The Caring Classroom was originally designed with the classroom teacher in mind and was presented to teachers this year during the Educator Learning Summit, also referred to as ELS. And we're very excited to bring a version of that content which is relevant to your role, whether a secretary, whether you're an office staff, whether you're an instructional aide or a yard aide. We feel that this content is critical to ensure that all of us at our school communities are on the same page. It really takes a village to raise students, and we are all raising our students in Panama together. So we look forward to sharing this content with you today. The Caring Classroom is anchored in our district's pillar of excellence. On the screen you see in the center the pillar of wellness, safety, and equity for all, which we feel is central to the content of the Caring Classroom. For today's session, we're going to be utilizing the same shared norms that our teachers utilize during ELS. The first to be unplugged and present. So that in reference to any device, whether a Chromebook, a personal cell phone, whatever that might be, we ask that for this content that you remain unplugged and present. We also ask that you model respect by tracking the speaker. And that doesn't necessarily mean the person who's presenting the material. If you are participating and sharing something, if that's asked of you, you would become the speaker. So this is a mutual respect to anyone who is the designated speaker. Also, we ask that everyone honor each other's ideas and questions. We feel that every single person in our district offers a very unique voice, a unique lens, a unique perspective because of your own lived experiences and knowledge. And that's really important. We want to value that. Whether it's a question out of curiosity or whether it's an idea, it is important during the session to honor one another. We also hope that you see this as a safe space to learn and create. We are not here to judge one another. We are here to learn together. And so that is really the intention of our session today. Finally, we ask that we stay curious and not furious. Some of the things we discussed today might elicit emotion, and that's perfectly normal. We're all human beings. It's normal to have emotions, but we just ask that we would all remain curious and stay in a state of wonder during today's presentation. Let's go ahead and keep going. In Panama, we utilize a multi-tiered systems of support framework. And really addressing the whole child means not only addressing the academic needs of our students, but also addressing the social, emotional, and behavioral needs of our students. Displayed on the screen are our district's LCAP goals, which really guide our priorities for learning this year. The Caring Classroom content lives within the LCAP goal of social emotional learning, or SEL, to develop systems and structures to support the development of culturally responsive and trauma-informed relationship with students, staff, and families at a Tier 1 universal level. I'm also very excited to share with you on the screen our district's definition of equity, which is really critical to ensure that all students do achieve. You can see on the screen that our goal around educational equity is to increase achievement, to celebrate and value all students, to reduce gaps in learning and opportunities, to increase awareness of implicit bias, and to eliminate the predictability of student outcomes. The Caring Classroom finds a lot of its content here within the idea of equity within education. We're going to continue to explore the idea of educational equity by watching a brief video.
We're on a road. At the end of the road is a prize. And you're on one side of the road, I'm on the other side of the road. As you walk towards that prize on your side of the road, the pathway is clear, you have people supporting you, you have people cheering you on. Some places you even have a moving walkway that if you're tired, you can stand on that walkway and you're still heading towards that prize. There are no barriers in your way. And on the other side, if I'm on the other side and I'm headed towards that prize, there are potholes, there are barriers, there are detours. There is nobody that is helping me with directions about how to get there, and yet I'm after that same prize. The two roads is what inequity looks like, where some people are supported to make it to the prize while others are facing barriers without adequate support. Equity work is about removing the barriers so that everyone has access to opportunity.
Pictured here is a snapshot of our district data from last year and looking at some of our most vulnerable student populations in particular. With educational equity in mind, it is important for all of us, regardless of our role, to see how we can make an impact and reduce barriers for any of our students, particularly our most vulnerable. On the screen are some of the ways that I identify myself. Pictured here is a photo from elementary school where I'm wearing some clothes that my mom lovingly made for me. Through relationships with caring adults at my school and around my school, folks around me were able to better understand me, my circumstances, the barriers that I was facing, and how they could intervene and provide support to ensure that I was successful. I wouldn't be here today in this position if it wasn't for those caring adults on my campuses growing up. And what I'd like to point out is that the caring adults that I'm referring to are not all teachers. In fact, one in particular that comes to my mind is my bus driver. Growing up in elementary school, it was commonplace for fights to go on in my home and for chaos to ensue with an alcoholic father. And I found safety and solace at school, but not only at school, on my bus ride to school. I was the first kiddo, along with my brother and sister, that couldn't wait to get out of the house to the bus stop and wait for the bus to pick us up. And there to greet us every morning at the bus door was Gail, my elementary school bus driver. She was my bus driver from first grade all the way to sixth grade. She had no idea the impact that she made by simply showing up every day. Consistency wasn't something that I had in my household. I never knew, there was no predictability, no pattern as to when there would be volatile moments. So having a consistent face and a consistent place to be myself and to be accepted and valued was really important to me. Gail greeted us every day at the bus door. She played oldies and music on our way to school. She talked to us on our way to school. She always said goodbye on our way out and told us to have a great day. That might seem really small, but those were things I wasn't hearing at home. I wasn't receiving encouragement. I wasn't even visible most of the time at home when there was a fight happening. She made me feel visible. She made me feel seen, heard, and valued. You don't have to be a teacher to have an impact on a child that is going to last a lifetime. I am so grateful to Gail, my bus driver, for the consistency and the safe space that she provided in that bus on my way to school. And for my teachers who then continued that work once I stepped into my classroom. You have the potential to change a life today. You have the potential to change a life this year, even if you're not a teacher. From just greetings, eye contact, getting to know our students, getting to know what they need, getting to know ways that we can help, you can make a difference. And with that, I now turn it over to your presenter for the Caring Classroom.